This is the first week of the Web Standards project course. This week we're going over design inspiration for different components. The first one I have here is from Diesel.com, and it's their header. This is really the first thing you see when you go to the page. I really like what they did. I like how the image is full screen and there's no other real dominance other than that. The navigation bar and the image, they really work well together. They kind of hold their own in a sense. I really like the font. I think it's modern. I really think it pairs with their image well. The spacing, the layout, the hierarchy, they're all really great. It's just clean, and I think it's a really well designed site, and it really will work well to attract the user to the right task that they need to complete. So like in the top of the header, the go to online stores in black, whereas the links to the left are in gray. The logo is in red, but that should be dominant in itself. We'll go on to the next one. This is VirginAmerica.com, their header. I really like the way they did this. I think their color choice was really clever. It screams vacation to me. But I like the layout of this. It's clearly using the thirds, rule of thirds. The icons in the bottom work really well to attract the user to that section and make it actually interesting to look at. I think I'm more apt to click any of those three with the icon there as opposed to just the text, which is slightly boring. Doesn't really give the user anything to look at or any reason to click it. At the top, the spacing's done really well. The hierarchy is good. All the text is the same color, but the use of size and actually capitalization works really well here to get everything across in a clean, modern, and just minimalist way. It works really well. It helps to guide the user to what really needs to be happening, and that's what's in the middle of the screen there, and where would you like to go. Now back to another component from Diesel.com was their Contact Us. The form is good. I mean, for what it is, it doesn't attract too much to it because it's a form, but at the same time, it does help the user to complete what they need to complete, and it does it extremely efficiently. The colors are good, the fields are great, the spacing's fine, the font's good. It's exactly what it should be, and it's good as that. Another component from Diesel.com, and there's going to be quite a few from Diesel, a few from Virgin America, as well as a few from Express. Those are three companies that their websites I visit often, not just to use, but to kind of look at for design inspiration over the last year or so that I've been designing for school. So the registration component for Diesel.com, I think this is really great. I don't really like the circle, but then again, it does make it good, so it works. The hierarchy in the text is good. The fields are fine. I like the use of the radio buttons for the male and female versus like a drop down or something that wouldn't work. But what I really liked about this is the subtlety of blurring the background like that or making it a little darker. It really makes the form pop in itself, and it gives the user two choices. You either fill out your email, your zip code, and click a button and then hit submit, or click close. I mean, there's not much. Yes, the other one is 2 or 3 different steps, but hitting close is one step. There's not much of a difference. That's a very simple form that gets done what they need to get done, which is sign up more users. And I think the reward is equal for clicking the close versus clicking the submit with just a little bit of information added, is what I'm trying to get at. It's good. The express.com registration is also clean. It's crisp. It's what it needs to be. It draws you in to either a returning customer and gives you fields to enter your information, or you can create an account. What I liked about this is that the submit buttons are dominant in the design, with them being black and a larger square or rectangle rather of black. It works really well as to say, put in your information and click this, or in the get started, just click this button and then go to another form. Next is the virginamerica.com registration. This is done really well. Very, very simple, very minimal. Absolutely no imagery. Just slight, red text, black text on a slightly gray background. But it looks good. I think the design looks great. The layout is good. It does what it should, and that's never a bad thing in web design. Virgin.com or virginamerica.com, their login, I really like it. I love the design. I think the colors with the red and white, with the red being dominant and the white being vibrant on that sort of a background, it's great. And another thing is, once you enter your information, the text input fields will turn green and tell you if it's valid or not. And then the sign in button, once you've entered the correct information, will turn to a different color. It's very interactive in that sense. And the layout is great with the rule of thirds, just the login information on the left, the second third being the input fields, and lastly the links on the right side, which I think are great because they really draw your attention. And they also have some interactivity. When you scroll over them, they'll turn a more vibrant white, kind of glow a little. I think that really draws the user to be more apt to click them versus if they're just in a straight horizontal line in the footer of the page or something. This is much better. It'll help guide the user to more information that should be clicked and they should be informed on. Another virginamerica.com component is this form. I like the interactivity that it offers with the the feedback for good, and the input field will light up green. This is another one that the submit button is interactive as well. It would be I guess almost inverted, like the sign-in one is on the left side, and then clicked is the check-in on the right. This helps the user to make the choice, also know if their information is valid or not. It's also good color choice. Simple background, and then the pink and orange and reds and yellows, they really pop against that kind of off black background. The virginamerica.com calendar I thought was really cool. That's why I included it. Never really seen a calendar like this where it takes up the full screen and it just gives the user one option, and that's to click a date. It's very simple. It's very task oriented. Do this and you'll get your result. I like how it works. I like how it's laid out. I like the design of it. The numbers are clear. The colors are great. It fits with the rest of the website, and it's efficient. Quickly, this one is just an error message I got on Virgin America. At the top of the screen, you can see it's yellow and gives the user what they need to do to fix it. and they can click got it or just click on the other part of the screen to make it go away and go back into it. But it's yellow, it draws attention, it's alerting. It's great. I think it's something important as far as error messages go to be very dominant in the way that this one is, and informative. Okay, the last two, virginamerica.com, there's a paragraph above this, and it's kind of designed the same way, white background with just black text on it. Very minimal, very simple, but it does what it should do, and it does it well. Then you go, you scroll down a little to this section where it's, executives of the company. And I like how they use the color and the vibrancy, the importance is placed on the picture, but then the squares in a way kind of balance that out with the simple text. It really works together to create something that's intriguing, and it's straightforward to the user. Look at the picture, read the name, and click the read me more button. It's very guiding, very straightforward, very modern. And lastly, the Diesel.com footer. I mostly liked, I like the whole thing. I like how it's laid out. The third column there, the share column, I like the way the icons are. I like how they did not include the colors that those icons would normally be, like the blue of Facebook and of Tumblr, and then the red of YouTube, whatever all the colors are. They really just blur together sometimes and confuse the user, and it looks cheap if they would be this close. So I like that they stuck with their color theme. The rest of it, the black on a gray background, I think works well. The spacing's good, the hierarchy's there, you know where to click, it's guiding. It's in line with what the company is presenting, on the rest of their website as far as the design goes. It's really well done. So all these components I've reviewed, and I hope you liked it.